I was sitting here this past weekend, turned on the TV, thought I'd watch the Pentagon channel, maybe catch the Grill Sergeants or Battleground, and, just see what's going on in the wide world of the military. Lo and behold, we had the Senate budget hearings for the fiscal year 2013. When I turned it on, General Mattis, the Sink of CENTCOM, was being, I want to say questioned, but it was more like interrogated by the senator, I guess we could call her a senator, from Missouri, Claire McCaskill, who most probably should be referred to as a scum politician, a socialist, communist, utopian Marxist, definitely with an agenda. Now, I thought that I was watching budget hearings, but apparently the scum McCaskill decided that we should investigate the judicial system of the military. Apparently there was a rape case in Aviano, Italy, and the jury found the defendant guilty, and apparently the commanding general was going to drop the charges. That's his right. The military justice is vastly different than the civilian justice system. However, that just was obscenely unattainable to this scum McCaskill. Now, the general, he did point out that he came prepared to discuss the budget and was unfamiliar with the case of this rape in Italy. But McCaskill insisted that as a former prosecutor, a former attorney, etc., that the military has to do something about this. Again, this was a budget hearing, and that the UCMJ should possibly be amended so that there would be a similar finding of the, what did we just call that? The Violence Against Women Act. Yes, the Violence Against Women Act. Another overkill of federal policies. After all, there are laws on the books against rape, against assault, against murder. But we have to pile on the federal statutes on top of the state statutes. Silly me. I only thought you could be raped once, but I guess you get to experience it at least 2 or 3 times. So I just couldn't stand it, and I turned that off and channel surfed. And a while later, I figured maybe this nightmare was over. And when I turned the Pentagon channel back on, there was Admiral McRaven, Sink of SOCOM, being interrogated by Senator Hagan from North Carolina. And I say interrogated because she, like the scum senator from Missouri, has her own agenda. We all know that the former SecDef Panetta signed an executive directive that women would now be allowed to serve in virtually all roles of the military, including special operations. And the scum Hagan wanted to know, well, why hadn't Admiral McRaven instituted all of these policies? It's only been 6 weeks. But apparently in her eyes, women are not getting enough chance to serve. Realizing, of course, that the current Surgeon General of the Army is neither a male or a doctor. She is a nurse. She's a 4-star general. In 2012, the 1st Cavalry Division had its first female deputy commander, which is also the first female deputy commander of a heavy maneuver unit in the Army's history. There have been several women 4-star generals. There have been women awarded combat medals, to include numerous Silver Stars, one of which was earned by a Tennessee or Kentucky National Guardsman for actions in Iraq. In this particular instance, the young sergeant was awarded the Silver Star when she rallied her MP company against a very large force of Fedayeen, and 6 or 7 Silver Stars were awarded, 12 Bronze Stars for valor, I do believe 12 or 13 Purple Hearts. And the night was so infamous it was referred to as the Night of the Silver Stars. I'm pretty sure that this woman performed heroically and would probably rather not have been in the situation. But the scumhagen would prefer that all women have this opportunity to soldier on just like their male counterparts, whom I'm pretty sure would really rather not be soldiering on in Iraq or Afghanistan. But that's not for me to decide. Apparently, we have decided that women, like their male counterparts in special operations, should have an increased rate of arthritic maladies, back problems, numerous disc and joint issues from the extreme weights that our troops carry in combat. But this way, the women will be able to attain the same status as men. Like I said, the current Surgeon General of the Army is a 4-star female. I guess her being Surgeon General is different than a male Surgeon General, but what do I know? I'm just some poor schlep sitting here pondering these things when the politicians know way better than us. It's a sad state when we rush to make judgments that women, or men for that matter, cannot attain equal status because you can't die quickly enough or be injured quickly enough. What is happening to our society? The military is not an equal opportunity employment act. It's the military. It's there to defend and protect the United States. Unfortunately, the politicians feel that it is an EEOC hire. Therefore, we should all be equal and have the same chance to get maimed, injured, suffer life-changing maladies, and die. I'm not making light of the sacrifices of all of my fellow veterans and the men and women currently serving in the military. It's a sin that our politicians are using it for a few of the whining class females who feel that they need to have this right. Just goes to show that those who are doing the most complaining most likely do not know the history and current status of those in the military. God bless the troops. God bless the U.S.